Peace. Islam. Chickamauga, Yield. Coming at y'all live. Deep, deep, deep down. Alamassi Arabian country. Deep in the Arabian district. Coming at y'all live from the so-called city of Dawson, so-called Georgia. And once again, old Moslem town. Look at the domes, man. Straight up Kremlin style. You know what I'm talking about? Straight Islam, man. Moslem. You know what I mean? Like, this is the type of stuff y'all are out here partying and playing games. y'all all got ran in these little cities, and y'all want to be all love and hip hop and all that goofy stuff, but you abandoning your birthrights. These are the type of buildings you're supposed to be occupying. That's how we used to rock when you was nobles. You know what I'm saying? But if you really do the knowledge, just riding around, it's gonna kind of become clear to you that a lot of the again, understand, post 1865, again, this was Moslem turf. These people, these settler people and all this new stuff is just getting here recently, mid to late 1800s at the latest. You know what I'm saying? So this has been Moslem turf. But what you'll start to realize is they put the country under martial law after 1865, and that's basically still in effect. But all of the they went really hard on the South, on the Mississippians in the South, because the Mississippians in the South were the ones who fought the most. You know what I'm saying? That's really why they talked down on the Southerners. They went real hard to make sure people couldn't go nowhere. Because you literally were under martial law. So they had to have these hardcore policing, bagging, making sure people couldn't go nowhere, because they knew this was old Moslem turf. They had to dumb you down. They had to kill anybody who knew anything, and they had to dumb you down. So now you got people walking around in a straight up Moslem building, they ain't doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because again, that's why they had to go so hard on the South, because the Confederate South, Moslem, Moorish, Confederate South is what fought. They fought the longest. So yeah, they had to go hard on the Southerners after that. They had to force you into to adopt the new marching, praying, garbage demonstration, walking around all passive while these people occupying your old buildings and all that stuff. They had to do that, because again, it was under martial law. You know what I'm saying? They won't tell you that. Educational books won't tell you that. But that's what a lot of the old, like the lynching and how they went so hard on this town. And again, this town right here, look at this Islamic Moslem building right here. Come on, man. This town is 80% Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? All the way down this street. You know what I mean? It's just it's Moorish. You know what I'm saying? And only the Moors, y'all sitting out here playing games about being Moors. The Moors are the only ones that got the claim. You know what I'm saying? The Moorish nation is the only ones that got the claim. Ever since the Moorish had the nation ceded everything over, you ain't been able to touch it since. You know what I'm saying? All these fake demonstrations of Africans and all the goofy stuff that people keep coming, the back to Africa and the black liberation and all that, they keep coming up, all that just goofy stuff. It's never gonna get you back in these buildings. Only the Moors. So y'all keep hating. You know what I'm saying? Just keep hating. But understand, all of they went hard on these little towns, surrounded them, making sure nobody could go nowhere. They treated the people real bad. They caught you dressing like somebody like me would look right going into a building like that back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Dressing in your old customary, dressing with your old customs. But they made sure they caught you dressing like that's why they surrounded the towns all hard and over-policed them and made they were knocking people off, because they do not want you to get back to this stuff. There was so much of it around, they couldn't destroy it all. But they wanted to make sure you were never under frequency to get back in your stuff in the right way. So that's what a lot of the so-called Jim Crow and all the racism, so-called fake racism and all that was. It was martial law. It was locking you down and getting you up out your stuff so they could take it, sell it off, and raid it. So it is, we're checking in live from Arabia. Straight up Moorish Muslim building. Get out of here, man. Deep in the South, and you abandon your culture. That's what you abandon. Just a royal regal civilization that you just left standing here. But that's peace. Tapping in live from Arabia. I'll tap back in with y'all later.